Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you books that have been sitting on my shelf for the longest time ever and I have not yet read them. The first is actually, they're not in any particular order, just the way they're stacked. So it's not like number one, number two. So I'm just going to start. The Artemis Fowl series. I actually bought this in a book fair back in elementary school. And it only had number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5 in the series, and it didn't have number 1, and I never got around to picking it up until like a couple of years ago, like 2 years ago, and I read it and I liked it. I liked the Artemis Fowl character, but I just never got around to these. Next we have books number 1 and 2 of the Magician trilogy. It was written by Jenny Nemo, and I bought them because I was so in love with the Charlie Brown series and I wanted to read these. I never got around to reading them, although the covers, in my opinion, are really beautiful. Oh my gosh, this glare. Then we have Game of Thrones. It's a lot of people's favorite book, and I bought this back when I was a freshman in high school. I think I set myself up for failure because I bought the mass paperback edition, which has the small pages and the tiny text, and it just, when I look at it, it feels like a chore. The format of the book turns me off. Eragon. I actually had to do a summer assignment back in high school, and they gave us a list of books and Eragon was in it. And of course, being the lazy high schooler that I was, I never actually read it. I just skimmed through it and I picked out quotes and I just wrote the essay that I had to do. So I didn't actually technically read it. I only read like, I want to say, less than a half of the book, and at the time I wasn't really into high fantasy, only because I don't know, it seemed like too much work. But now that I'm getting more into fantasy, I might be picking this up again, but not in the near time, not in the foreseeable future. Then we have a Spanish translation of The Shack, La Cabaña. I'm not really even sure what this book is about. I just finished reading the back and it sounds like a sort of like a Gillian Flynn novel, you know, the girl who wrote Gone Girl and all those books. It seems like an interesting read, and I think it was a birthday present from one of my family members a while back. The whole Spanish grammar and all that stuff kind of turns me off. I'm gonna have to read this soon, or I might even pick up the English edition. The Hobbit. Once again, I picked this up in a time of my life where I wasn't really interested in fantasy, and I think someone might have even given me this. Might have been like an elementary friend. I don't really remember, but I don't remember buying it. But nonetheless, yeah, I wasn't too interested in fantasy. I remember I read the first 2 pages and I just put it down and never picked it up again. Now we have extremely loud and incredibly close, a book that I heard a lot of good things. One of my English teachers actually gave this to me. I just wasn't interested at the time and I never picked it up. A Thousand Lives. I picked this up 3 years ago because I was really interested in cults and the people who followed cults and the people who led cults. Stumbled upon someone reviewing this book, and this isn't actually about the cult itself. The cult of, what's his name, what was the guy's name, I forgot his name, Jim Jones. The cult of Jim Jones. And since it's not actually about the cult itself or about Jim Jones, it's more about the people who he led into Jonestown and just about their lives. I haven't actually read this book. Once again, I ordered it from Amazon and it came, and I was busy with something else, I don't remember, and it just got pushed back. Paradise Lost. It's an epic about the fall of Lucifer and just about his side of the story per se. And I read the first chapter and it's just a really interesting read, but once again it's written in a sort of epic poem way, and the prose is just a bit difficult to follow along, and that's why I just set this down and never picked it up again. Although I was reading online that the best way to read this book is just go cold turkey into it, because I was thinking that you needed to have a bit more of a reading experience. Last but not least, we have The Last Temptation of Christ. I watched the movie with that guy called, what was his name? The guy who played Norman Osborn in the original Harry Potter, in the original Spider-Man movies. I watched the movie and it was a really interesting and thought-provoking movie. And I heard there was a book and I quickly ordered it. I just haven't picked it up. I don't know why. I don't know why I haven't read these books. They're all interesting and pretty much good reads. I've been busy and then other books come along and other things happened and I never got a chance to read them. I probably have been repeating myself a lot in this video, but I thought it would be interesting to make a video where I talk about books that have been in my shelf for the longest time and I haven't picked them up. I'm actually using my camera instead of my webcam in my Mac, just to test out the waters, just to see if the quality is a bit better for you guys. I don't really like using it because I feel like it's a bit of a hassle, but you know, if the quality comes out better, I'll stick with this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think I've said that already. I want to thank you guys for watching. I right now have 11 subscribers and I'm really grateful that I have so many. I thought I wasn't gonna get to the 10 subscribers until like in 3 months, but thank you for the people who comment, thank you for the people who like my videos, and for the people who subscribed. It's really an honor. With that, I'm gonna close this video and comment down below books that you've had in your shelf for the longest time and just haven't gotten around to reading.